Right there in red.
Live. You are live. Well, good morning. Good morning. I'm using new technology and I'm hoping it's on there. So where do we see, so we're going to be talking our way through this, evidently. Where do I see the comments from the people? Oh, private chat? No.
No, you will see, click on comments, hover your comments instead
I
of private
see.
chat.
And it's only going to show if they
yeah.
if they comment. Usually they do though, but the other thing is they have to give permission, right?
They have to give permission.
On the
And you should
instructions.
also be able to see a viewers. Right next to the live feature, you'll be able to see some viewers as well.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see. Yay.
But they have
Oh, we got somebody give a heart already. Awesome.
There we go.
There we go. There's Marie.
Good morning.
Why does one say Facebook user?
Because she has not given permission.
Oh, make sure you give permission. And all you have to do is go to StreamYard.com/Facebook. Go there once. And it's one quick little click, and then you got permission. Then I can see who you are. And there's Jessica and Bridget and Julia.
There's another feature with this.
Good morning. Good morning.
Click on like Jessica's comment, and you can illuminate it on the screen.
Oh, that's spiffy. Let's see. I want to try it. Look at you two. Oh, that's cute. So then you do that. So you have to hide it, or it goes away after a while.
It goes away after a while. Yep. What's great about that, Deanna's on. Hey, good morning, Deanna. So what's great about that is, like, let's say someone has like an aha moment on this live during the stream, you can illuminate them. So it really shows like your presence and who they are. You're acknowledging them, and you're highlighting that, and it's freaking amazing. I love.
That is awesome. Really, and Tamara's on, and Marion, and Charlotte Tippy Top. We call Charlotte Tippy Top. We have little names for everybody. So, of course. You see, Tamara's got a little puppy. You should see Tamara's new puppy. I love her puppy. And Lori's on. Yay, Lori. Yay. So you all see I have JP here in the house. Yay. You know what? It confused me when I went to visit you the first time and everybody called you something different. I figured everybody called you JP, and no, not really. No. Yeah, you have like an assortment of names. So what I want to start out with is so people know how we know each other. And actually, sadly, I don't remember this as much as you do. Oh yes, we're drinking our yeah. You don't have a naughty cup though.
I don't have a naughty. I have a bunch of naughty cups, but they're all unicorn cups. I just want to give a quick shout out. I purchased this last month, your coffee for the first time. I know you sent me out a sample. I know many people here, if you're interested. I have to tell you, best coffee ever. It's infused with hemp. I'm not saying this just because this is like my ex-wife and best friend, and not like she's gonna like take care of me in the vaccines. I'm really have to say this is the best coffee I've ever had. It is freaking amazing. So I just started my dieting as well, and so there's no sugar in here, just almond creamer, a little bit of almond creamer. Brew it over ice, babe. First you were like, it's an acquired taste. I was like, oh crap, what am I getting myself into? But honest to God, I love it. It's freaking
and I liked it ice first, and now I like it hot. But at first I didn't like it hot for some reason. But I liked what it did for me, is why I kept drinking it. But it's CBD infused, by the way. Yes. And matter of fact, if you're on, you can message me. HempWorks app has this new thing where I can send you a coffee sample like that. So just message me and I will send you a coffee sample.
Or comment below. No, comment in the comment thread below if you want to.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
And Lisa
Yes, that's a good idea. Thank you very much. So how that had to have been a long time ago already that I met you. You had your mohawk. Yeah. And I love the mohawk. You hate the mohawk now, but at the time you were rocking that mohawk. Yeah. And I don't mean a mohawk. You were like mohawking it. Well, how long ago was that?
That was 8.5 years ago.
Oh, you're kidding. You were
Yeah,
like a wee child.
right. The thing is, I've known Lisa since I was about, I know she's gonna be like you, since I was about like 10. Because
Oh
Lisa,
God.
I know, crazy. Because Lisa would always send my mom, and we've said this many times. We have new people on. Lisa would always send my mom. You know, Lisa has always been a part of Send Out Cards. Has always been another phenomenal business tool in your business. If you want a free card from Lisa and you want to know what that's about, type free card as well. And so we would always get these little cute mementos and like acknowledgments from Lisa growing up, and she wasn't even my mom's leader, and it didn't make sense. Like, why is she so giving and so sweet? Do that.
And then you met me.
And years later, I became an Avon representative, and I met her at our first trip, and I remember I walked in a room. I'll never forget. I walked in. Donna Miles was doing a training in leadership, and so I walk in, and first desk, because she's like right by the door, because she's probably like, when this is done, I'm freaking out of here.
I hate meetings, really. Really, I'm not into it.
Never find her at a meeting.
I'm awful about that.
And you were with Erica at the time.
Oh,
And,
good.
yeah, so she was sitting with Erica, and then she's like, oh, "You here?" Because she saw me walk on stage for the first year when I was on stage for recognition on Hawaii, and then on the next trip, it was in the Orlando trip, the Making Dreams Come True trip, which I think was one of the best leadership conferences we ever had, just because of Molly. That's it.
That was awesome. Yeah. I like the whole thing. They did a really good job with branding that one. I like watching that when they do a good branding job. That seems like a weird thing, but yeah.
That was the best one I've ever been through.
And you know what's funny is I haven't done any lately, but I taught classes. I went around and did seminars for ages, and I am the worst person sitting in the audience. And I should know better. I should be more compassionate. But oh my God, I'm so awful. I am an awful participant. I think, no, it's awful. And you want to sit right in the front and like take notes and stuff. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm sitting way in the back. I'm sneaking out as soon as they don't notice. But you know what's hard is because sometimes it's not that I know it all, not at all. But sometimes they make the presentations for the lowest common denominator in the room, which doesn't sound nice, but like the one we went to in, wasn't that San Diego? They said, you were sitting right up front and you gave me the business because I was goofing around. So me and Teresa went in the back to do Snapchat, right? So, but the social media training, she said, we want to make sure everybody's on board this. So we're going to spend the first 30 minutes learning how to change our profile picture. Right. And I went, oh my God, I'm not sitting through this. And I feel bad. And they actually came and spoke to us about being disruptive. That is so awful. Awesome. I know. Sadly, I was like, yes, I should. That's horrible. Being disruptive is not nice. Right. So let's talk about you were saying your favorite thing that we've done together was Nashville, and that's not what I thought. My favorite thing we've done together was the Broadway stuff.
Well, that's crazy. Yeah, like for me, it was my favorite experience when we like made it official. We made it official was when we did the boat ride at the Gaylord Hotel in.
Oh, I love that.
Nashville. Yeah,
and that is even a good picture. I have that picture on my wall at my house.
Good picture. Yeah.
That's cute. Yeah,
that's cute. Right. Was so beautiful, and then the Dolly Parton suite. Oh
yeah. The whole thing. We partied hardy, and we saw one of my favorite. I thought you would like him more than you did. I liked him the most. Adam Lambert with Queen. Oh my God, I was dying.
I forgot we did that.
You forgot we did that. Oh my God. Oh my God. That was like my favorite thing ever. I love that. I thought that was awesome. Um, except of course, I didn't like almost cry there. I almost cried at Hello Dolly. You um, yeah, by the way, JP calls me the ice princess because what did you say? I'm emotionally constipated.
No, you're broken.
No, see, he doesn't get the concept that I'm from New England. We're like that here. Oh yeah, yeah, I don't know. Yeah. So there's no really crying and gnashing of the teeth or whatever. There's not really any of that up here. No.
Yeah.
We all look at each other and go, damn, that ain't good. Yeah, even when someone like dies or something, oh, damn, that ain't good. Ugh,
You.
that yeah, that's what we do. So be prepared for that. So anyway, so you want to talk about
Hello Dolly, just want to say, like, that was I now that I look back, Bette Midler was always my childhood icon. Like fucking ooh, love her.
Oh, that's funny. I didn't even think about the swear until you went, ooh. Oh, yeah, in real life we swear, so sorry. That's all right. That's all right.
I love her. I love her so much. Like she is like everything, and she is a legend, and she's still a living legend. And to see her front row with you was
When she
actually.
came down the stairs in the red dress, that's when I almost cried. I was like, "Ooh, go back up there, go back up," because it was like, "Oh my God, this is so awesome!" And I guess it's one of those moments that you realize not that many people got to experience it. That's what made me like, because I knew, and I'll tell you another. You weren't at this other place that I felt that way, but believe it or not, at the HempWorks convention in Las Vegas last year, we saw Bob Proctor do 2 hours on stage and Les Brown do like an hour and a half. Bob Proctor's like 87. Les Brown's got like stage 4 cancer. The odds of seeing both of those men deliver, and they delivered like nothing was wrong, and they were 30. I mean, Bob Proctor didn't even drink water, I don't think, in 2 hours. He stood up, full suit, 3-piece suit with a tie, and delivered for 2 hours straight. And the little 20-year-olds next to me were complaining, and I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? This is like an experience that there's not many people that are going to have this. And to have both of them at the same event, it was a Bette Midler moment. I don't know. It was like, oh, I couldn't believe we had that kind of access. But anyway, yeah, you don't get that all the time. By the way, I did appreciate, I know I've said this before, but I really appreciate you like hosting when I come to New York, because I don't know what I'm doing. I'm such a hillbilly. Oh, yeah. I like staying at the big fancy hotels, though. That's my thing.
What's that about the hotels?
I like staying at the big fancy hotels.
No,
Yeah, we stayed. Right. And where did we stay at I forgot even which one we stayed at, but it was the one with the garages on the inside, and the taxi driver didn't know how to get to it. And it's the entrance, and it's like, he said, oh, I forgot, what's the name? The Marriott Marquis. The Marriott Marquis in Times Square. And the taxi driver said, maybe they don't have a big entrance. Really? I'm like, oh no, they do. You just don't know how to get to it. He's like, do you mind jumping out at the corner? Really? Are you really asking me that? That was just so funny. Because, the whole idea of going there is so you can see the little guys come running out and like kiss up from the minute you get out of the taxi, because that's what I love. Right.
Of course you do. It's a little thing.
Of course I do. Right. That's my thing. Right, right. Did you come out? You came up and saw my favorite room on any trip we've been on. The one in Vegas.
Oh, so
right.
I did not know that you were having a freaking huge catering event with cookies. I heard, and like hors d'oeuvres, where people came in. Wasn't aware of that, but I ended up going to the MGM. Like, when I tell you, like, this suite was, I mean, it was 2 floors, open shower that like viewed the the whole room.
It's unbelievable. Unbelievable.
That was
I know.
breathtaking too. And
I
just the
know.
service to even get up there, the security measure in order to get to the room. It's like a secret entrance by the casino, like secret. And then they have to dial you in, give someone permission upstairs to go. They open the elevator for you. You get access. Like it was just wow. Avon really did treat y'all amazing.
You know what's funny is in direct sales, this is all the companies, not just Avon, by the way, I think, because I've seen other companies do this. But the level of, I don't know, or the access, the level of treatment and the access you get in our industry when you're at the top of the pile there is unbelievable. I mean, you don't get that many other companies being a salesman. I mean, you get a big level of service as a salesman if you're a top producer, but direct sales and network marketing, you get unbelievable. Right. It's definitely worth working hard for.
No, for
I'll
sure.
tell you that.
Diana says, "Oh yeah, that suite was amazing, and those pastries were to die for." Diana, I'm jealous.
Oh, it's because
I'm
Erica, I was so glad they picked Vegas because Erica did the spread for me. She did all of that. Oh, she is so good. Yeah, she used
yeah.
to work at one of the Vegas hotels as a pastry chef. I don't know if you know that. Did you know that?
No,
Yeah,
I
I
hadn't
call
heard
her. Did you know Erica's my number one? Yeah, like on Star Trek. She's my first in command.
of
You didn't know that?
Oh, like first in line. Yeah, I get
Well,
it.
no, I mean she's the one. Like, I plan stuff. Like, I like bringing her on vacation with me because I can plan the whole thing. I love doing that. But keeping to the schedule, not really so much. I don't like doing that. So I hand her the schedule, and she keeps us on schedule. She's like, "Hey, we're supposed to be over here. Hey, come on, come on!" And she keeps
Hilarious.
me in line, and it's awesome, really, because I need somebody like that. Sadly, well, and then like when we go to an Avon convention, it's I don't want to say it's not fun. It's fun when most people there know who you are. That's fun. But if you try to go somewhere, it's not that much fun because I don't I have been the person that wanted to talk to the person everyone knows, and I don't want to not be nice to anyone. Even if I'm in a hurry, I want to take time if they want, I don't know, me to sign the book or take a picture, whatever it is. I want to do that because I was the person. I was that person that wanted people to sign my stuff. So I don't ever want to say no to that. But Erica's like, make it quick, we gotta go. She keeps it because I'd stay there all day because I don't want to be I don't, I don't know. It's not that I want everybody to like me. That isn't it. It's that I've been the person and had the other person say, I don't have time for you or ignore me. And I don't want to do that to someone.
Same
So
here.
yeah. So anyway, that's that. But we have to talk about actual work though.
Yeah.
Okay, so now
We
um
really want to like how to like kickstart your business on social media is really what we want to discuss today. Like how to really create an authentic presence.
well, and I wanted to ask you if you agree with this statement is that more and more as the years have gone by, because you've been in this 10 years. I have a little bit longer view, a little bit longer running. Yeah, I've actually been in direct sales 39 years.
That wasn't even a thought.
I was obviously a wee child when I signed up, right? Don't say it or I'll have to give you the club salute. You know what the club salute is? Everybody here knows what the club salute is. I told you I'm the inappropriate art. Okay. So, but over the time that I've been in, I think it used to be more that and I went around teaching this, branding yourself with a particular company name. And I think what it's morphed into lately is more that you need to be the brand yourself as an entrepreneur. And then if something, heaven forbid, happens to your main gig or whatever happens, because I've seen in the last 39 years, I've seen a lot of people who put their whole life and soul into making sure they were part of a company's brand. Then all of a sudden, if something happened to that company, they were stuck because people thought of them as the deceased brand. So now I think it's actually more like I have my Captain Platinum. I think which is inspired by a title, but it's not a particular company. Um, I like that, inspired, by the way. But I think building yourself as an entrepreneurial brand on your own is important these days. Do you agree with that?
Oh, absolutely. I actually learned this the tough way, and I actually learned this from you. Like about 2.5, 3 years ago, um, in our current business that we're all in, I did notice a large presence of a lot of consultants starting to do other gigs, and I was like, no, I'm not for it. Like, I was the poster child for Avon. I was, when you came to product knowledge, JP's your go-to guy in the organization. Like, I know our product, like I freaking love, and I'm like, I live and breathe and die this. And it came to as I continued and I started to truly get present to finances, to like, what if, you never know, why do people follow me? Why do I have the presence that I have? What do I offer? And what it was that giving, what it was that, sorry, I'm getting distracted because I'm hearing a drill. And what it was the knowledge that I gave and I offered on the product. And it was that really was why people followed me. It wasn't, I thought, well, it was because of my success with my business. And so, as I've seen many of my dearest friends start different multi-level marketing businesses, branding themselves, opening up other side businesses, getting into real estate. I was like, you know what? There's something here that I'm clearly missing the mark on. And when you think of the entrepreneurial mindset, they always say one should have 7 streams of income.
Well, I don't think it hurts your main gig. I do believe in picking a main one. And for me, it happens to be Avon, and making sure the other things feed into it. There's no doubt about that. And when I have to protect the check, that's what I call it, protect the check, I would not do stuff to protect the main gig. So I have the main gig, but I'm always going to have side gigs. And I've had that from, I don't know, at least 30 years ago. I've done little things on the side to earn money just because. What actually happened within Avon? They had another program before leadership called sponsorship, and they discontinued it. And there were people devastated by that. They called the biggest earners into New York and told them, gee, we're sorry, we decided to go to another direction. And they took one of the women out of that meeting on a gurney. And I said for years, I'm never going to be a gurney girl. You didn't know that story? You didn't know that story? Yeah. I don't want to be blindsided that way. And it's not that I have any inside information about Avon, not at all. I'm still in the gig, still love the gigs. It's still my main gig. I just think that and that's been true for 30 years. If all of you who have gone to seminars and stuff remember, way back, I was selling business cards from a company named Beaver Prints. I gave out their catalogs. I've had little stuff like that going on from, I don't know, at least 30 years ago. And doing the speaking, all of that was because I was trying to back up my income. So it's this all isn't anything new. It's just that now we have a little bit more opportunities as far as my two ones that I like that feed right into my Avon business are, of course, Send Out Cards and Shuffle. Yeah. And they actually support any business. So even like one of our besties is doing real estate, Send Out Cards and Shuffle are perfect for that. And because she's doing something outside of the direct sales industry, she's meeting hundreds of new people she wouldn't have met any other way. And she's getting them to do that gig, the Shuffle and Send Out Cards. And then they're buying Avon from her too. So, I mean, I don't think there's a downside to having more than one of the streams of income. I think it's a plus. I do, though, want to caution, don't necessarily not pick a main one. Pick a main one. Pick a main one. And usually I pick the one that's making me the most money, right? Like my van is going to go, that wrap on my van is going to be the one that I earn the most money on. That's the one, right? That because I'm going to have the most emphasis on that. But I think it's important to. And the other thing I wanted to get your expertise on. You're way better at doing the live. Like this technology was your suggestion. I was just going to do Facebook Live, and I don't do a lot of lives on my wall. And I was when you said that this morning, tell me that we were talking about this morning about going live on your wall, no matter what business you're starting in.
Oh, for sure, yeah. I started another business. It's no surprise. And if you just
say what it is, don't leave us all in suspense.
I'm doing the body shop at home. And
wait, the strawberry yogurt stuff's really good, by the way, in case y'all want to try that. What is it? Body yogurt? Well, I don't even.
Yogurt, yeah. The body butter is even better. You didn't get that.
It's awesome. Yeah.
I'll think of that sometime.
Okay.
But yeah, so I started a new business, and I started in my best friend. They're a new MLM that just opened. I mean, they've been around since 1974, but they just opened as a direct sales business here in the States. And my best friend Julia, she joined back in June. She's like, "Hey, I'm doing
one of your best friends."
One of, yeah. Sorry, Julia. There's been many that have come before you. Like I call you're considered a best friend when I can authentically see myself with you with no mask, and and see me for who I am. That's who I call a best friend, because some people don't appreciate that and they get the wrong impression. So yeah, so you get that bestie title when I could just be authentically who I am, and you love up on me just because of that. Yeah. But anyway, she joined, and I was like, no, I can't do this. Like, she's like, hey, we should do this together. That was the only conversation she ever had with me, and I said, hey, no, I'm committed to my Avon business, and good, best of luck. I'll watch throughout the sidelines. And I just saw her succeed. And one morning I woke up, I was just like an epiphany. I was like, I was bored, signed up. I was like, look what I just did. She's like, what? And from there, a lot transpired. I've been with the business for 120 days, and a lot has happened. I'm ranked right now the #1 recruiter in their organization, and I've received. I mean, my team is growing, and I want to share that with y'all today. Like how to grow success, not with this MLM or that, or with any. It doesn't even have to be a multi-level.
And it wasn't by approaching.
Oh, please, we're going to talk about
already knew, right? Yeah.
Never, ever.
That's a no. Right.
Yeah. So we're going to definitely
on social media anyway. That's a no social media anyway.
Yeah, I actually did DM only 2 people about it and saying, like, you have to do this. But aside from that, never anyone else. It's all been authentic people reaching out, like curiosity posts, and not even curiosity posts. We're going to get into that too. Like, I hate that, like, I'm doing something and you're not going to know what I'm doing. So I'm going to keep it a secret until you reveal it. Don't do that shit. Like, seriously, like, so, like, spammy and, like, BS. Like, I'm not like, screw you.
For me personally, I just say, hey, guess what I'm doing now? I like this stuff, and now I'm repping it.
Exactly.
Right. That's it.
That's it. Yeah. So I wanted to talk about, like, when you, like, let's go back to, like, let's say you actually, like, happen to come across $100,000 that just falls on your lap, and you're going to open a brick and mortar. Ready? You're opening up your first store. It's a dream you've always wanted. You want to decorate it a certain way. You want to have certain fixtures, around your, certain specific fixtures, and you can't wait to get your first products in and how you're going to display it, hire your staff. You're just really excited, branding your bags. And what happens? First thing, you sign that lease. What are you going to do? You're not going to take a picture of the actual lease and post it on Facebook. You're going to take a picture of pen to paper. You know what I mean? So you take a picture to pen to paper, and hey, everyone, you post it on your personal wall. I just signed my first lease. I just signed my lease to my business. So it's like really, like, you're going to see a post like that. It's not every day someone signs a lease to an apartment or moves to an apartment or furnishes an apartment. You'll see on social media, some of the biggest posts are purchasing a car, a tour of your hotel, vacationing, like being on a plane and vacationing to a destination. So other things are like moving into an apartment, furnishing your apartment, wedding, the death of a pet one or a loved one. Like these are actual posts that really, like, no matter what you do when you post them in the algorithm of it all, like it's illuminated on Facebook. Like everyone sees it, everyone comments. So that's what you would do. So if you, and like you would do the same thing in direct sales, but let's continue to talk about the brick and mortar example. So you now got the keys. Landlord gives you the keys. What would you do? I have the big key of the picture in my hand. Oh my God, this is really happening. And then you would go ahead and take photos of the journey, the fixtures, you setting up shop, hiring your employees, your marketing bags, all of that, right? So you would post that.
You're sharing your excitement of the whole thing.
Exactly. So in that moment, right, when you are designing your brand, that thrill, that experience that you're having within of like, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening. Do you keep that to yourself? Well, guess what? 99.9% of you all do that. Like that's you don't do that. You share that. You take your viewers on that journey, and not on like your private group that you just started that has 2 people in it. If they're in your private group, it's because they already invested in you. That's great. They get a different type of content. They get a more elevated, more experienced content about like, this is on sale today, what the perks of this coffee are, the ingredients, and today only buy 2, get 1 free. Like that's the type of content they get. But your wall, your personal wall, is really where you want to have that huge driving force. And I'm going to be honest with you, y'all all get to have 2,000 friends a minimum on Facebook. 400 friends, 100 friends ain't cutting it. It's not cutting it for you. What are they doing for you? They're doing absolutely nothing for you. You really, when you think of networking and marketing yourself, you have to have a platform of people. And guess what? If you're on Facebook, you're either on Facebook to stay connected with relatives or colleagues back in school from years ago, or you're there for business. That's it. If you're there for politics, religious purposes, if you're there for like, you think
that you're on your wall.
Yeah. If you think that you're like the newscaster and you're here to like be, Fox 5 or CBS News, like you're wrong. No one cares to know what's happening in news. I could turn on my channel. I could turn on my TV for that. You are there on social media to network, to connect authentically with people, and to share a business. That's what we're
doing. We actually talk about this all the time about what not to do because I think that there are some people, and actually I get argued with a bunch about this, and some people believe when they put stuff out there that they're changing the other people's minds to their way of thinking, but the other people feel the same way. So then you're just arguing with strangers. It's not productive, and people that might buy from you are going to think twice because you seem extreme.
You've eliminated an entire segment. Like the part of this country is there's 2 political parties,
and it's half and half too.
It's half.
Yes,
and my friends are part of a half that I'm not really that closer associated to, and like I understand their frustration too. But if I went ahead and did that, I completely eliminate half of the possibility of those people ever supporting my business or joining my team.
Right. And actually, you and I don't necessarily agree politically, but we're actually adults.
I actually agree very much politically. I'm very much like liberal with you, and like.
Well, I'm like libertarian, so I'm like right.
I'm more aligned to that than anything else.
Oh, okay. But we actually, in our group of close friends, we don't have. That isn't really an issue because we have people from both sides, and we just don't sit there and hash it out because I'm not trying to change their opinion. Right.
Elsewise, I love you because of my connection with you as a human, not because of some small running stuff.
I think a lot of people aren't filtering what they put up, like as far as open gaping wounds.
Yeah. So no like gashes or like.
But now I got accused of not being authentic because I didn't put stuff up. But I'll tell you, this is how this works. So like, I'll tell you, but I'm not going to show you pictures. So Bo had this swollen up thing, and we had to go to the doctor, and they lanced it. And I don't know if they made a mistake or what, but by the time we got home, the van and the house, we had to go back because it looked like a crime scene. Now, did I show pictures of that? No. The only thing I posted about the whole thing was that we had to get a new dog bed and the cat and the dog were like vying over the dog bed because that's cute. That's
Yeah.
cute and fun. Do you think people really want to see a picture of the gaping hole in his neck? No.
No.
Or the crime scene, which is my house and car. No.
No.
But I think it's not being authentic. It's that I didn't even want to see that
Being
stuff.
considerate. No, it's
Being
considerate.
considerate. Yes, yeah. And I think when you have too much, and I talk about this sadly a lot because I see it a lot, but when you have too much about your own personal issues, customers and potential customers are going to say, I ain't ever getting my stuff. This person has so many health issues. I ain't ever getting my stuff. So you don't want to, like one of my good friends is an Avon representative. She had a blow by blow of every day since she had a knee surgery or something like that. And she's not getting any new customers lately over that, I can tell you, because I'm thinking, how's she moving around? And the customers are going, I ain't ever getting my stuff. I might as well buy from someone else. So, I mean, I think you have to be careful because I'm not sure what the benefit to sharing that is. What is the, I said that to someone and she said, well, it makes the other people that have the same situation feel better, but
Yeah,
it's not.
being a victim. So there's payoffs you get for that. Like there's payoffs you get when like baby daddy cheats on you and you want to post it on social media. You got another chick pregnant. Like there's a benefit, there's a payoff you get for being in that victim conversation because you want everyone now to to be like, oh, poor thing. I'm so sorry, Margaret. Like, you deserve better. I saw that coming years ago, but if the right man will walk into your life.
But that's short term.
It's a short-term payoff that you get, like a high, but what is that really creating for you? It makes you look like a hot mess.
And customers and matter of fact, team members, do you want to go in business with someone who has 13 baby daddies or what? Right? Or oh, my other personal favorite is when someone goes off on their family members using the F-bomb and everything right on their wall. And it's like, if she's willing to treat her family that way, how's she going to treat me as a customer?
Absolutely.
You know, and if we have disagreement, she's going to run me in the ground publicly. See, exactly. I think, yeah, I don't know.
And I think we're also taking it to like an intense extreme. Like, and there's.
I don't know. I see a lot of it. Sadly, I see a lot of it.
But even something even similar, like you actually have to, like, before you post anything, like ask yourself, will someone get offended? Will this like ruin or affect my reputation on social media? And what value am I adding? So always ask yourself that. What value am I adding? If you're able to see the value, you're going to post it. If there is no value, if you think you're going to get controversy or you're looking to get a payoff from a victim conversation or scarcity conversation, don't post it.
It's not good for your business. I want to highlight one just because I can do it because it's fun. See, look at my customers don't need to know I'm hot.
Yes.
I love that. See, I love that. I just like that's fun. Tamara, sorry, I didn't mean to use you as a guinea pig, but I wanted to use that feature. You know what's funny about Tamara? You're gonna love how Tamara and I know each other. She actually attended a seminar that I was a speaker at 10 years ago, at least, her and her mom 10 years ago in Michigan. And I was hired by a division manager way back then to come speak in their area. And when she wanted to come back to Avon years and years later, she thought of me and she searched me out to sign up with me. I love that when that happens. So I was so lucky that they remembered me. So yay! I just thought but I think that's on social media. That's the problem is you need to. I don't think it's unauthentic to filter what you put out there.
No,
you're doing the people a service by not sharing everything. Really. Yeah. No. I and you say it's unusual, but even last week, I saw stitches, I saw an open wound, I saw stuff I did not want to see.
But what happens? Like I end up like deleting. I don't want to see that anymore.
Right. You
Because
hide them, and then that changes the thing for what they show you too, right?
what do you mean?
Like Facebook's thing, when a lot of people hide your stuff,
Oh yeah. Well,
they're
clearly, like
not as likely
if
to show
Facebook
your
is
stuff.
recognizing that a lot of people have you hidden, they are going to realize that the value of whatever the content you're posting is not of value, and so when you post stuff, no one's seeing it.
Right.
So that sucks. Might as well start all over again from scratch. So
Well, there's lots of stuff that you can post, I think, that are not that are still you, like my whole color page thing. That was actually, I only posted it because at that moment in time, this was like 2 years ago already. At that moment in time, I didn't have, I try to put content that's not controversial and not offensive. And I thought, how controversial could color pages be? So I took a picture of the blank page and then I kept putting as I did it. That's all I did. I didn't want to go live and do it because I'm not that good. But I did that, and that has been such a big attraction of people that post. And then I use send out cards to send the people that commented a copy of the page they liked. And lately, I've been doing something else too. I look through the comments, and y'all didn't know this until now probably, but I look through the comments to see who's the most excited about the page, and then I send them the original. So I know.
that's
So
adorable.
but it's just something, and it's not controversial. It's and you could do that with anything.
Yeah.
Knitting, horseback riding, breeding, you could do it with anything, and those things are not going to offend people, and you get a lot of
No, it actually gives you depth and character. You know, when you have a passion or a hobby for something, or you're really, you really love something, people get to see a more in-depth view of your personal life. And I'm like, oh, well, Lisa Wilbur is a real person. Like she actually on her spare time colors. I remember me as a child, I used to, and it brings back and happens, people become connected to you. They're invested to you. So now, like, if you go to start a venture or you're doing something, you know what? I do drink coffee, but why am I gonna go buy coffee at Walmart? Or why am I gonna buy some like generic stuff that has no value? Like this stuff is amazing. And I've never tried it. And so well, like, let me type sample below and let me try a sample and let me hear more about it. And if it's out of my budget, well, maybe I can join and maybe earn some money doing it, get my product at a discount and make some money, and they're going to do that because they authentically trust who you are. So this is the thing. We get to have when you are creating influence and when you're creating a movement or something, people want to trust you. If they can't trust you, they're never going to support you.
and I don't think that filtering out the like the crime scene at my house was not being authentic. I think that was being
I mean,
uh,
like,
who
would you
wants to see
feel like what you do privately in your own bedroom? No, the same thing.
no,
Right.
right.
It's the same concept. I mean, there's things that people don't get to know. It's a fact. But yeah, you're really stuck on this crime
What?
scene.
What? What?
No,
I
but
need,
it's true. It's
I'm
true.
stuck on what? Oh, okay, right. Okay, so I should change the subject. Matter of fact, I just moved the camera down a little bit because you didn't think that I would do this, and I've done this many, many times on here. Right. So I'm going to do the cleavage dance. Okay. Do do whoa, 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 whoa. Do. You didn't think I would do it. Of course I do that. I'm the inappropriate person. That's
We did this like years ago. I forget what was happening. It was myself and Molly. We were all doing like a seven person like Zoom call or something on Facebook. And like, I don't know, the camera angle was low. I think it was Lee or something. We were messing with him. And then she started with her cleavage and I was like,
You're right. I'm so inappropriate. Right.
but you see, this is the authenticity of like, this is who she is. Like, this is who you are. And so, like, when someone meets you or when like Lisa's like up to something, like, I trust her. I trust her context. Like, that's my homegirl. Like, this is someone that like I can authentically be myself around and I can relate to her. And so, like, when Lisa does something, I'm like, you know what? I want to know. Antennas are up. What is she doing? begin to have this influence over.
Well, me personally, I don't know about you, but I like to buy from other direct sellers too. And then if I really like it, that's how I happen to end up doing HempWorks is I liked it so much, I might as well just rep for it. That you know what I mean? And normally I wouldn't have gone with them because of they do have some overlying products to my main gig, but I ended up doing it because I just liked it that much. But that's true with send out cards. I mean, I've done that for 12 years, and I've been in Shuffle for almost 4 years. And it's just that when I like something that much, and I intentionally pick out stuff from direct sales to try to buy from and network marketing. To me, it's supporting the industry. So if there's a choice between buying it direct sellers or buying it just in a store,
Yeah.
I usually I pick direct sales, and usually it's someone I know. So I'll look out and try to find. And you know what happened lately? I wanted some earrings that I saw from Stella and Dot, and I used to be a big customer of theirs. I liked more of their stuff before, but they had a pair of earrings lately that I had to have. And what I did to find a dealer, because a dealer, this sounds like a drug dealer, and a dealer, my dealer stopped selling. So I actually looked at on Facebook for someone who sold Stella and Dot, and then looked at her friends list to see who I was connected to him with. And so I did get her. So he said to me, "How did you find me?" And I said, "You're actually friend of a friend." And she said, "Oh, I know her." I said, "Yeah, I know because." And I'm like, that's how I found it. I didn't just randomly pick anybody. I picked friend of a friend. So, um, but I did get the earrings, by the way. Oh, shall we talk about you like this set. I like
this. My favorite piece ever.
Yeah. So yeah. Santa, did I tell you Santa bought this for me? Yeah. Santa gets me. I love Santa. Why didn't I figure that out sooner? Right? Why did I not think that sooner? I sat here like boo-hoo, I'm not getting anything for Christmas. Right. And now Santa like gets me the most perfect stuff always. Why did I not come up with that sooner? I do want to tell the story before we go, and you'll have to. I mean, not that we're going, we got a few minutes, but how we ended up being married.
It was the boat ride.
No, was it the boat ride?
The boat ride is when we made a joke. I think the cameraman took a picture of us.
Oh, that's right.
And then on Facebook, we were like, what did we do? We were like, was it like a fake?
No, this was your idea. You go, let's simultaneously change our status.
Yes. That inspired it, the boat ride. And then she was in New York. It was for Dolly, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, let's just post on social media both of us.
I forgot about the cameraman thinking we were married in Nashville. That made my day, of course, right? But what was funny about the New York thing, when we actually did it about the being married thing, what was funny about that is you got crap from some of your friends. So did I.
So I had an app. So get this. So I was, I set it on purpose because the algorithm, the way it works, when you change your relationship status, like it's huge. And when both of you do it at the same time, like we were gonna rock the freaking social media waves. So I mean, if you knew us, you would know. She's committed to being single the rest of her life. I'm a gay man, and this is gonna be great. And we go and we posted it, and I had an app that would tell me when people would unfriend me, and so like a bunch of other like queer men that I was associated with like started deleting me on the app. They're like, "Well, I thought you were gay." and then you had people like, "Oh, I'm so happy for you."
No, I had people from high school that I haven't talked to in years private message me concerned that I was dating such a younger man. I'm like, not only is he much younger, but he's gay too. I'm like, come on, people, take a joke. Why did they not think it was funny? I thought it was funny. And then you have a strategy. I did want to say, because everybody's, you want to see JP and I fight. This is hysterical. Okay. When you get stopped by the police, you do not argue with them.
We got pulled over. Well, she was in New York. I got
And
pulled over.
we've been drinking wine and doing your live, remember?
We did a live. We're drinking champagne, and then I got pulled over too. I was like, "Fuck." Thankfully, they didn't give me like a breathalyzer or anything. And it wasn't. I was right. I still had the right of way. I was right in what I did. So I was like telling him like,
You
no,
were right in what you did, but
like, I mean, the judge, like immediately, like when I showed up at court and the cop gave his story, I didn't even have to say anything. The cop just shared his experience, and boom, the judge is like, no, he was in the right and whatever. But yeah, I was right. Just saying.
no, see, so for all you children at home, don't try that. Don't try this at home. When you get stopped by the police, the only appropriate things to say, believe me, I say this to my kid all the time, the appropriate things that, yes, ma'am, no, sir, that's it. You don't provide additional information. You definitely don't argue with the cop. Well, I think that they were I could hear them laughing because I reamed you when he walked away. I said a bunch of swear words and said, "What are you arguing with the cop?"
Are you almost like, but I'm fucking.
I'm sure that they were laughing because they thought I was your mother. I'm sure.
Mistress, maybe, I don't know.
You were my boy toy. That
Yeah,
yeah, that's it. But for those of you children at home, you don't argue with the cop. Never, never, never.
never.
Oh.
So where were we? Because I know we have a few minutes left, but we want to really wrap it into like, sharing authentically. So I want to say for the first 6 months to year of you having any new business venture, you have to share. You have to share every personal win on your wall. From someone joining your team, acknowledging them, and always asking them permission. Can I tag you? Because maybe, for work purposes or whatever, she can't have another side gig. Always asking permission, adding it to your wall. Aside from that, having a group a team group page or a business page where, you celebrate when you have your first customer, adding her to your VIP group, acknowledging her for her gift. If you happen to have a picture of the products of what she purchased, I love doing that. I love sharing what it is that they purchased and posting it on the group and say, can't wait for you to get this one particular product. It's my absolute favorite. Keep us posted. Keeps your customers engaged in their VIP group. But on your personal wall, you want to share every single success, accolade, you name it, you want to share it. You always want to be authentic. You really, really, really want to.
And I like that you're tagging them and then their relatives are seeing it.
And
right. So then people have a thing about bragging about themselves, which they shouldn't. It's just telling, but then they don't have to feel like they have to do it because you're doing it and then they're just tagging them. Yeah. That's awesome.
Absolutely. And I like Canva is my best friend. Like every month we do like with my new, see, the thing is I'm still working my Avon business, but y'all don't see that behind the scenes. I don't need to do that anymore. It's been 10 years. I have an established team. I sold $250,000 last year. And guess what? I just closed my shop and now I'm working from home. My order this campaign, working from home, is already $2,000.
Well, because you don't have the overhead. That was eating your lunch. Yeah. The overhead was eating your lunch.
It was eating me away, absolutely. So I've already established that. When you think of Avon, everyone already knows me for that. I'm good. I've marketed myself to the ability that, like, trust me, people can find me on Google, they can find me on YouTube, they can find me on Instagram, they can find me on Facebook. But as I start a new venture and I'm investing my time there, what y'all see is, did he leave Avon for this new gig, et cetera, et cetera? Right. No. I started a new thing. I get to share every win. I get to. And guess what? If I do that for over a year, then it's over 8 months, over a year on my personal wall, what happens? It becomes overkill too. And now people are annoyed. So you also don't want to do that either. But you really want to show the success of, like, this is me when I started. This is where I'm at 120 days later in my business. And this is what my team is doing, because I'm not the only one seeing the results. Like, these people are making money. These people are growing their business. And so tagging them and then, and transparency of like, hey, she just started the business 3 days ago and she's already reached this success. You want to share that and tag them and inspire your team to do the same. And likewise, same with your customers. When your customers buy something with you, like truly honor them. Like honor your customer. They can be support. They can go and probably buy what you're selling an equivalent on Amazon and maybe even cheaper. That's a fact. But she chose to pay the extra and go through you because she understands your need and how this gets to work for you. So honoring that customer is probably one of the most beautiful things you could do. Another thing I'm really big on is voice notes. So I'm getting carpal tunnel at the tender age of 32 already. I'm starting to really have issues with my fingers. And so I send a lot of voice clips, and it's so authentic just to connect with someone through a voice clip. Like for their birthday, I sing happy birthday to them. You know,
Oh,
I don't
that's
like
so
going.
smart.
Yeah, I
People
don't
like that a lot better anyway, voice clips now, I think.
for sure. Like I don't go posting like happy birthday, wishing you the best day ever. Like yeah, they get a million of those. It's so like, are you calling someone? Are you personally texting someone? Are you sending them a send out cards?
A card, yeah.
And or are you you can connect with them on a voice clip. Like you're busy, she may be really busy that day. She's getting a bunch of calls. I don't want to call anyone nowadays too. Sing them happy birthday. You know, I connect with my team like the second they do something, they enroll someone. Like my girl Norma did it, and I sent her a voice note. Like, Debbie, I love your voice notes, JP. I love you, Debbie. Debbie's killing it in our new business. And so like
I like that. Look at this one. Nice mug.
That's
the naughty cup. We call that the naughty cup. You know why? Did you know why I call that the naughty cup?
No.
You don't know why I call that the. It makes me feel naughty. It's from hemp, where it says CBD, but it's a hemp leaf, right? A hemp leaf, and I like to feel a little bit naughty. I mean, for God's sake, the rest of the week I'm riding around in a minivan. I've got to feel a little naughty somewhere, and this is it. This is my naughty cup. I can feel a little bit naughty.
Bless
naughty. Yeah. Hey, you know what I was going to tell you? So another thing that's like a pet peeve of mine on my wall, the people I see that do ads and ads and ads and ads. I try to sit here and plot and plan how I'm going to mention my company and mention my products without it being an ad. So I rarely use the company ads.
Yeah, the backstock.
Right. For example, for my Avon business, I try to now, I have to sign certificates just about every day because of all the stuff I send out. I now regularly take a picture if I run across somebody that has 25 years in or whatever it is, and I'm signing their certificate so that I can post it on my wall and just give them a shout out. And then everybody knows that I'm doing Avon's. Right. So it's just a way to talk about it without it being such an ad all the time. And believe me, every time I post that, I get Avon orders from people who say they didn't know I saw, which I think is cute anyway. But it's friends of friends. That's how that happens. But I'm able to mention it, give somebody a shout out without it being ads all the time. So I think that's something we all should make sure to keep in mind is there's ways to work in stories on your social media without it necessarily being ads.
Stories is another amazing feature on Facebook. It's an incredible feature.
Yeah, tell me why is that good? Because I haven't been using that.
Oh my God, please do. Like I would challenge you to like create a boomerang story of you getting like your hot water already in your instant coffee, and then just pouring your thing in, and then like your face smelling it. Like it creates this visual versus just like sharing a HempWorks backstock photo, which is generic. It looks like an ad. Like honestly, like who here honestly buys just based on like some like backstock photo on their no, like what enrolls you is someone who like a celebrity attached to it because like you love the celebrity and you want to feel like you're closer to the celebrity, so you're going to purchase that item. That's a fact. And in this case, like, hey, I really appreciate this woman, Lisa or JP. Like, they're influential in what they do. They've been quite successful in what they do. Hey, let me try this out or let me support their business. It's going to bring me closer to getting to connect with them. People have that mindset. And so when you create that visual experience for someone and it's you and the product, not a backstock photo, you're going to see different results. And I'll share this right before we're done. I've seen a lot of people like join my new organization and all they do is just share the link. Hey, I
Oh,
started a new venture and share the link. Please don't do that. Like that
yeah.
is, it's like, do you honestly, like, do you go around and like, are you inspired to support someone who does that? Like that doesn't do anything for me. There's nothing. Like,
Show them the products or why you're excited.
like
Tell them the story.
exactly. I just enrolled, right? Like, listen, I haven't gotten my kit yet, guys. I'm live, quick 3 minutes, but I just freaking enrolled into HempWorks, the Body Shop, Avon, send out cards, whatever it may
Whatever
be.
it is. Yeah,
Whatever
whatever
it
it
is.
is.
I just enrolled, and oh my God, like I only paid X amount of money to join. I'm getting all these products. I'm so excited. What I'm really excited about is what were you really excited about? Earning money,
So
the
find
product.
ways to make it a story and share your excitement.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like the facts are like hemp isn't my passion. It's Wilbur's passion. Body products isn't Wilbur's passion. It's my passion. So something geared you towards joining that organization. So you really want that passion to lead the direction and the trajectory of your post as well. So really, really important. You also don't want to join something just because like everyone else is doing it. Like if you're
Or
not,
just for the money. Now, you know
it's
I'm
gonna
all
get
about
quick
the
rich.
money, but it's hard. Matter of fact, you've asked me for years why I was doing Avon because makeup isn't my thing. Makeup never was the reason I joined Avon, it was the jewelry. They've sold jewelry as long as I've sold Avon. The
Mhm.
jewelry and the Christmas tchotchkes and stuff. That's been my thing in Avon all along. It never was the makeup or the skincare. It was always the jewelry. Because they sold. Somebody said here, do you have a business page to post Avon on? The only thing is for a business page, they have to seek that out to like it and seek that out to see your post. Where on your personal wall, it's going to be all your friends and the friends of friends if you keep it public, and also all the people that follow you. So I generally post on my regular wall
Yeah.
because that's what the person said. Um,
Yeah.
this
I
other
mean,
other Facebook user said, I've been guilty of this about putting the bundles, just put the bundles for an ad. Right. Talk about the bundle. Talk about why it's get on a
have it.
live and show the pieces if you have some of them, or talk about the ones that you like, or show at least one of the ones and tell what else you get. But I think you're better off to do a live for that personally instead of just showing the bundles.
Absolutely. If you
It's
have the
got to be
product
a
on
story to
hand,
it, right?
absolutely. If you have it on hand, it'd be great. Like, here's a flyer, everyone. So excited. Just print out the flyer, even if you don't have it. This is an amazing offer. Why? This one product alone is worth $35. Everything else here, $135 value, is free. You're paying just for this. It is. I've never seen this before. Sharing that authentically versus just sharing the backstock photo and saying, "Hey, stale." No one cares. I'm literally going right up my feed. I don't want to see it. And so when I see your face, I'm like, oh, hey Debbie, or hey Tammy, like, oh, okay, what do you have to show? Sorry about that. So yeah, I'm gonna mute myself.
Okay. Tammy said, do either of you blog? I actually don't blog. Do you blog? I don't blog. I think my Facebook, my
Like,
personal wall is practically blogging. What do you do?
I
Do you
don't
blog?
blog, and
Yeah.
blogging. You see, blogging is great when. See, this is the thing with blogging. So blogging is great because as you share certain keywords and people go on Google or search, and the more and more people you have going to your blog, the more and more you appear higher and higher and higher in the search engine. So like if you were with Avon and everyone is typing, everyone is going, you have a massive audience going into that blog, and
Mhm.
Avon is a constant keyword. When someone types Avon on Google, your blog will appear higher and higher and higher in the Google charts, making you. Now, it takes a lot of work and it takes having a large following follow you in that blog. Now, I have seen, and then there's some ethical things that happen with blogs as well that I'm not okay with, where you'll have like a large portion of your organization, like your consultants and your team, clicking on that blog or that YouTube video. Like that's the one thing that I loathe because I think it's quite tasteless. when you have a lot of people in your organization, your team, you use them to go to your YouTube channel, you use them to click on your blog post. And what that does, it elevates you up, and it kind of doesn't elevate your team. It's inauthentic. And I've seen that a lot in a lot of the corporate groups with what we're doing with Avon, in particular, because I've been more of a part of it with Avon, where it's really not the most ethical thing ever, because you're kind of
Now, there's another way to go about that, and I didn't do it on purpose, by the way, but I wrote, doing interviews with people, like I've got an interview with Tammy actually coming up, but doing interviews with people in the industry and stuff, writing articles for industry magazines and appearing on other people's sites. So if you actually Google my name, you actually get me now,
Yes.
and it wasn't because I have a blog. So there's other ways that you could increase yourself on the Google. What? You're laughing.
Oh, I love this one. So when y'all get home today, go ask Amazon or Google who is the top earning Avon representative.
Does it say you?
It's you.
It's me? And that's not true.
It's not.
I love that.
It's awesome, because what it shows is she has marketed herself through all these other news articles, Google forms, books,
and that's what it was. It wasn't doing a blog. It actually happened on its own. I didn't intend for that to happen. It was that I agreed to do, my whole basis of my whole strategy is, if enough people know what you do, you can be successful at anything. I was just trying to get more people to know what I do. So when I do interviews, that's what I'm doing, is trying to get more people to know what I do. That's it. And that's right. So anyway, so now we're way over. Hey, would you come back another time? I'm going to do more interviews this year now that you showed me how to do this awesome platform. Yeah.
Do you this is fun. Keep me posted. Thank you for having me. And there's so much more we wish we can cover. There's a lot of stuff that I want to share, but
thank you for having me. Hey, pal, keep your socks on.
Where's my life raft?
Oh, you are such a bad person, really. And I'm right there with you. It's awesome. Somebody said best known Avon rep in the world, Lisa Weber. You know what's funny is I used that myself. Somebody introduced me that way somewhere, and I loved it, and I used it from then on. Whether it's actually true or not, I don't know or care. Somebody said it one time, and I went, yes. That's awesome. So the best known Avon representative, and it's actually the Avon world, right? But yeah, I when someone describes you in a way that you like, use it. So anyway, I will let you go for now. Thank you so much. I appreciate you hopping on here with me. You always have a lot of good information to share, especially about social media, and I appreciate that. And if you all want to hop into his gig, if you're all into the body shop, go see JP.
Like this coffee's on steroids. Like, I swear, if y'all have not tried,
we're plugging each other's stuff.
Sample below.
Yeah.
If y'all are in any multi-level marketing, you get to acknowledge your team, you get to support, be in communication relationship. Type send out cards or SOC on the link, and Lisa will send you a card.
Yeah, I'll look through the comments and get back to everybody that wants. So put sample if you want a coffee sample, right? And SOC if you want a card. So that'll make it easy. Thank you so much. And you're gonna have to private message JP if you want. But yeah, try the strawberry yogurt body stuff, because that's awesome. Okay, thank you, sir. I will talk to you later.